So my dog and I are looking for a van. We've been traveling in our 30-foot Class C RV for, well, I've been in it 4.5 years. She's been with me 2 years, but we are looking for a van. And so we thought it'd be fun to talk about what I'm looking for in a van. Now, as I started looking at vans, I looked at conversion vans. I didn't know anything about, do I want a passenger van? Do I want a minivan? Do I want a Ford or a Chevy or a Nissan or just a high top, a regular top? And here is what we have decided. Here's what I have decided. Most of these you're going to see right here are all Chevy vans because in my search, I have learned, and believe me, I know that there are Ford people and there are Chevy people. And this rig that I'm in right now is got a Ford E450 engine in it, and it has done me well all over the country. But I have heard that some of the older Ford vans can actually have issues with spark plugs that don't have enough thread and they get thrown. So here's what I've decided. I don't want a high top or a conversion van like that because that screams, look at me, someone lives in here. I don't want a Ford, even though I could get one a little bit cheaper than a Chevy. I prefer to have one that doesn't have all the windows blocked out, like one like this with windows down here on the side. Even though I like these with a lot of windows, the fact is that's a lot of windows to have to cover and uncover and insulate, and the walls on the inside like these. When it's been finished like this for a passenger van, all the sides here are already insulated. And frankly, I like the thought of one that's just a nice big shell that I can do whatever I want with. So my budget to pay cash, and I also want a 25 or 3500. So I learned that Fords are 150s, 250s, 350s, 450s. Chevys or Chevrolet is a 1500, 2500, 3500. So I want at least a 2500 because I carry my scooter. My scooter will be on the back of it. I want it to have these barn style doors on the side where they both open out as opposed to one that slides back. Most of these Chevys are like that. See how these have closed windows on the side, but in the back of it, it's got a closed window too. I at least want these to be open. So something like, and also I learned that GMC Savannahs are basically exactly the same thing as a Chevy Express, but they're a little bit cheaper even though they have the exact same motor and transmission. So something like this one with the windows on the side. So let's just click, not that one. Anything that's under $4,000, by the way, is going to be beat up. It's either got 300,000-400,000 miles on it in my part of the woods, or it's just really, really beat up. So let me show you one that I really like. Now, once again, when I started looking at these, I liked the ones with the windows all the way around because they give you more light on the inside. But usually when they've got the windows all the way around, they also have these seats in the back. And while I can take those out and I could just give them to a salvage place, down here in the floorboard, now they're going to have these places where they were connected. So those connections are always going to be in the way too. So I've decided not to go for that. So one like this is actually something I'm thinking about. And I notice it's even got the ladder rack on the top. But I like that. It gives me places to carry stuff if I need to. And it looks way more official. Doesn't that just look like a worker's van? And even on the back, it's got the little light on the top. You know, like if you were having a semi follow you or something. Just looks like any old work van you'd see anywhere. I can be very stealth in that. I even like the little red and white on the back there. It looks very, very worker. The only thing about this one is it's got these big metal shelving in the back, and that's something else I'd have to get rid of. And I can do that, and I will do that, but there's a lot of them that don't even have that. So let's look. Now let's look at this one. This one doesn't have the ladder rack on the top, but what it does have, I like this cage thing right behind the seats for a little more privacy, but look at that, wide open. So it just seems way, like it's got way more room without the windows and the insulated side panels. And I know that this cage thing sticks back about 6 inches, but you can put stuff up in front of it as well. It gives me a place to hang more stuff, but I just would like to get one just like that, that's wide open. I want it to be solid white, so no blue stripes, and no dark blue, no black, no green. I've seen some green ones. If it's black, it'll be way hotter inside, so it needs to be white so that it's cooler and so that it blends right in. These are Fords, but I'm just talking about color. So this is a contender. The bumper is a little faded, but that could be buffed out. But this one is wide open in the back, and the seats are in good shape. Sometimes they're ripped, but this one's only got 100,000 miles on it too. And my old mindset would be, oh my God, 100,000 miles, it's getting ready to die. Well, no, these vans will go for 250, 300,000 miles, even 400,000 if you take good care of them. So, in the price range that I'm looking at, so my price range is between 5,000 and 7,000. This one's got 119. So I feel like I can get for about 6,000. And by the way, all Chevys from basically 2000 all the way to 2025 have the same body. It's basically the same body, give or take. See, these got barn doors. Sometimes they got the door that slides, but it's the same basic cavity. And so I even like these little things hanging on the side. But see, this is where I would put my kitchen, would be right there, right by where that door opens up, so I could access the kitchen from inside or outside. So 119,000 miles. I could probably get this one for about $6,000. 2009. I figure somewhere between 2005 to 2014 will be the year that I can find in my price range. Once you start looking at them, you start recognizing the body style. So I definitely see the complete difference between a Chevy and a Ford at this point. I'm finding every day new ones come up in the Orlando area. Some of them come up that are one owner, been owned by the same person for 20 years, have been taking very good care of them. And if you start looking, you want to start watching out for stuff like this. This one's a 2021, $4,000 with 54,000 miles. That means the $4,000 is the down payment. So as you start looking, you start to see what the price point is. So when people talk about, when I see them in groups talking about what kind of van can I get, and I've got this amount of money, what should I be looking for? I would suggest that you do what I've been doing for the last 3 months as I'm leading up to this, getting ready to buy one. I've been looking on Facebook Marketplace every day. I find that Craigslist the prices are way higher on Craigslist and on Carfax and other places. So Facebook Marketplace seems to be the best place. And when I first started looking, I had no idea what prices were like. I didn't know the difference between a 1500 and a 3500, but now that I do, I know exactly what I want. So it pays to do a little bit of your own research instead of asking other people so that you know what you're looking for.